Next up under materials is recycled paper. Yes, it is a material. It is ranked at number 70 by 2050 with 0.9 gigatons of reduced CO2, so it makes its contribution. First cost is listed at $573.5 billion, but the data is too indefinite to be modeled for net savings. This is a nice photo. Photographer Chris Jordan created a mandala in 2011 from 9,600 mail order catalogs. In the US, mailbox gets filled every day with lots of junk mails sent by marketeers. It represents the number of catalogs printed, shipped, and delivered every 3 seconds, 97% of which are disposed of the day they arrive. People don't even take it inside the house. This is part of a larger series titled Running the Numbers, an American Self-Portrait. This piece is called the 3-second meditation. Okay, looking at some numbers from this report and FAO data, per capita paper consumption by region is 215 kilogram in North America, down at 43 kilograms in Latin America, only 7 kilograms in Africa, 44 in Asia, 125 and 113 in Europe and Oceania. There is a lot of recycling that happens in developing countries like Latin America, Africa, and Asia, where people recycle paper for selling it or for reuse out of necessity rather than necessarily worrying about the environment. Total paper consumption by region in terms of thousands of tons for 2014. The world is up here. North America, Europe is higher. Population is a factor here as well, as you can see, going from there to there in terms of Oceania. Asia has a higher population, lower per capita consumption, Latin America and Africa. If you think about total paper consumption trends over 2005 to 2015 in terms of tons of paper products, Asia has grown considerably. The continents like Africa and South America and let's see, North America remain down here. I hope I'm right. Yes, okay. And Europe shows a flattening, and so does North America here. Global consumption by paper category. Where do we use paper in tons? Wrapping is most of it, and packaging. Printing and writing is the next big one at a quarter of the total, and of course sanitary, newsprints, and others. There is always a debate about whether toilet paper should be used or water should be used for washing, but the calculation has to include impacts on groundwater, hygiene, wastewater treatment, sanitation, etc., etc., and water availability, of course. Greenhouse gases and climate change impacts in terms of CO2 equivalent per metric ton of paper. The main message here is when you look at tissue, paperboard, solid bleached sulfate, uncoated groundwood, coated groundwood, uncoated free sheet, and coated free sheet, you compare recycled pulp versus virgin pulp, and you can see that there are massive savings when recycled pulp is used, and this doesn't even include the reduced trees being chopped down and the carbon that's sequestered in them. It just accounts for carbon emitted in the processing of paper and production, etc. Main uses include making toilet papers, paper towels, various newspapers and magazines, and so on, but many artists also do nice products like this box here, this lampshade, decorations like paper flowers, and of course another basket here. So overall, over 30 years, recycled paper can deliver 0.9 gigatons of carbon dioxide emissions reductions. Two key assumptions inform the conclusion made here. One is that recycled paper produces about 25% fewer total emissions than conventional paper. And secondly, the percentage of recycled paper being used to produce paper would rise from 55% at present to 75% by 2050. Although increasing recycled paper content uses more electricity, the emissions related to harvesting and processing and the total emissions from pulping and manufacturing are higher for paper using virgin wood feedstock. The emissions reductions for this solution do not include carbon sequestration from standing trees that would not be harvested if the use of recycled paper grows. So you would reduce chopping down trees and deforestation, which would be a additional way that environment is getting saved. Okay, so recycled paper